Let's do it.
The Mood Lounge Show, dropping crazy knowledge on the minds. With your hosts, Pedge Tattoos, and partner in crime, Marco.
Hey, welcome to the Mood Lounge Show. I'm your host once again, Pedge Tattoos.
I'm your co-host once again, Marco with a K.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Den of Thieves
2.
Dwarf.
Pantera.
Pantera. Yeah, because it says Pantera, but it's really Panteri. Because what it is this movie is nothing but straight Pink Panther, yak, Serbian jewel thieves.
Right. Whose actors aren't Serbian, which is great.
Not even. Only one.
Only one.
So the thing is this. So only one is Serbian. The other guy is half Bosnian, English.
Even though we should have wrote down their names because they were pretty good.
Yeah, the dialect coaches were good, and I think that those two actors that were, one was Serbian, the other one was whatever, and I think two or three others were something of a Serbian background or a Balkan background, because the one guy that played the role Dragon, I think his last name was Shuka. He's Albanian. I've seen him in a couple of other movies,
right.
But he plays the part, he looks typical Balkan, The movie was very well written. Of course, me, I like to dig into the fucking credits, and I like to see this, and I like to see that. So what really flipped my fucking bean...
What flicked your bean?
Yeah, what really flicked my bean... What really flicked my bean...
It's terminology, man.
Yeah, that's a girl terminology.
Yeah,
when
no.
The girl goes, you know what flicked my bean?
The man in a boat has drowned.
That's
like,
right,
what the
man.
fuck,
Guys
bro?
like,
Like, dude. Oh! Like,
mouth to mouth. That'd be a trick, right? I see the executive producer, and I noticed that 50 Cent, for some reason, has this affinity for Serb crime. He's in his Power Book series and Force,
Yeah, he put them as like a prominent.
Yeah, but what cracks me up is that I'm speaking from that world, and I'm gonna say it like it is. Yes, the Serbs were a dominating force as in criminals in New York, but never to the point where 50 Cent put the Serbian gangsters at. He put them next to the Italians, like the highest fucking gangsters. It was like Italians, Serbs, then Russians, like Albanians were like fourth, fifth on the totem pole. But I'm gonna be honest, like, we weren't that big. We were big, we were small, and we were big, but we weren't like that. Chicago, that's a different story. Chicago, Serbian mafia rules. That's how it is, man. But anyway, I don't want to get too much off topic. I loved this movie. Marco, did you love this movie?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I know you did.
I just did like the fucking watching the credits for like the whole names and shit. I was just like, okay, I'm like, yeah. I think somebody's Serbian in there or some shit,
I was looking out of curiosity because this movie, there's a few things that I need to let 50 Cent know that would never fucking happen. Yes, the Serbs would allow a black guy in. If you bring something to the fucking table, yeah, they're gonna let you in. What kind of irked me was that, O'Shea's character came in as in like he's the boss. He's running this fucking show. That wouldn't happen. It's just not, that's not something the Pink Panthers do, because I personally know some Pink Panthers. That's just not something they would do. There would always be a guy that would get information. It'd always be one of the Pink Panthers masterminding everything. Yeah, the guy would get his cut. But the O'Shea character, him coming in, buying his way in, and, they would bring him in. They would be like, look, you have a way of getting in. We have this score. We have this idea. You want to come in? He would come in equal. But I
thought the woman was the ringleader or whatever. Like, the woman, she brought everybody.
Yeah, the woman was the head of the Pink Panthers.
Right.
And here's where I'm going to make my little summation about this. I read Stealing Manhattan, okay? And it was written by Pavle Stanimirovic. He was the son of Vojislav Stanimirovic, head Pink Panther. So reading that book, knowing that life, knowing the people in that circle, this was almost like taken out of his book. Legit. Like, I mean, the woman Cleopatra, I saw his mother, Branka, doing that shit. Because in the Diamond District, she would come in like she's selling jewels, and then she'd be like scoping with a camera, scoping out the vault, watching the guy turn the knob to open, So she'd see there's 8 bolts on this side, whatever. So I can see that. And I know that they had to have somebody from that world feeding them information. Either that or fucking, 50's got some crazy researchers taking here and there and this and that and doing their homework.
Right.
Because this was set in Europe. All of this was set in Nice, France, and Paris, and all around fucking Monte Carlo.
Either way, I know the previous movie was fucking just as crazy.
Yeah,
so
it was,
like,
but it was
fucking,
but it was.
Kept
I mean,
the same pace.
It did keep up the same pace. It was, it was sick. But this one really just grabbed me because, I was told, hey, it involves the Pink Panthers. So I said, oh, okay, cool.
And he heard the first Serbian quip about some fucking blowjob joke or some shit, and then fucking he fell in love with the movie. He's like, what? Rewind again, bro. That was so smooth. I'll
tell you why it was smooth. When people do other nationalities and like when they try to imitate us, even if you have a good dialect coach, number one, the translation is not at all what they put up on the fucking subtitles. This dude, I mean, you have to be engulfed in that culture. You have to have grown up around people of the Balkans, Bosnians, Serbs, Croatians.
Saying it's more of a language barrier. It's like more of just the actual barrier.
But you need to know, okay, I'll give you, for instance, an example. Somebody from Serbia comes here and they speak a little English. They're not going to say the stuff the right way.
No.
They're going to say, and I go to the store.
Yes.
When I go to a store, fuck your mother. That's how they're going to say it.
Do with it?
But they're not going to say, until they start living here, and breaking bread with Americans, that fuck your mother is going to go into motherfucker. Now they're going to learn. So when I'm hearing the Serbian, it's, you can't say that. Like, for instance, I watched it twice. I watched it with my fiance. I said, you're going to love this movie. There was a part where O'Shea says, I'm burning out. The translation said, I'm burning the tires. Like he's burning rubber. And he said it in Serbian, gori gume, gori gume. That's not something you say, gori gume. That's just not. You can say palim gume, like I'm lighting the tires. It's just the way they said it. Just fucking really, I was nitpicking. Okay, I was really nitpicking. They did speak a lot of Serbian in the first fucking 15 seconds of the movie. So I was very intrigued, Everybody loves to see their fucking culture go up there. But I love that the Pink Panther story came up, number one. Number two, I started this a few years back about talking to Serbian crime and all of that, and I said it always. I said, Lufthansa was a gumball machine compared to what the fucking Pink Panthers did. And and what right now Group America is doing, So I don't want to dabble too much on Group America and bring unwanted attention to current members. So I'm going to just stay shut on that. But let me tell you something. I loved seeing this. Very, very well put together.
It was
very well put together. That little shootout that they had going around the Riviera and the car thing. It was. I started getting the vibes of Heat with Val Kilmer and that was by Adolf.
Adolf Dinkler.
So. Yeah. So this is the skull of Adolf Hitler. I found it in a bunker.
We're finally going to put it all to rest. He was in Argentina.
Yeah, the Argentinian president gifted me Adolf Hitler's skull because he knows I'm such a big fucking, fan. I don't know, man. I'm not going to start doing
We did a pseudo historical accurate recreation of his hair.
Yeah, so it was just like a last minute thing because I got to give props to Rob in the gym. Rob was like, hey, what you should do? It'd be really funny. put a little Hitler mustache on the skull.
I just sat there. He just said, Rob suggested this. I'm like, all I saw was a piece of paper and a marker. I'm like, I already knew where it was going. I was like, okay. I'm like, fuck it. It's like, it's got to be funny as shit.
It was a last minute, like, let's put it together and see if it flies. And if it flies, that's going to be the new mascot. And that's it. It's going to be Adolf. Hey, we may even graduate and get a real hairpiece and real mustache.
You going to put wigs on him, though?
Yeah, and I think, and down the line, maybe, just maybe, I can get a talking skull.
Really?
Like pre-recorded. Like there's a little thing that has a button behind and I can just press it and he'll be going, ja, voll, ja, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil. That'd be great, right? And we over there, oh, ja, eins frei. Yeah, that was
what
funny.
The fuck, bro?
I had to do that. I had to do it. What am I going to do? I got to do.
Do you think they had autistic German kids like that? Running around just like, I'm sorry, but like just randomly with Tourette's? You know what I mean? Heil Hitler.
Yeah, right?
Sieg.
That'd be a...
Sorry.
I'm just sitting there trying to think it in my head.
Franz, stop that. I can't help it. Like, what the... Whoa.
Hitler's mein Kampf. Mein Kampf. Mein Kampf. Scheiße.
Send them on a train. Some shit like that.
Jews. Ah! That would be a fucked up...
Gas.
I think Hitler would love those kids.
Oh, my God.
Oh, bring in the Kinder. It's like, my little Nazis. Everybody say Sieg Heil. Burn the Jews. Oh, I love these Kinders. It's like... Anyway, getting back to Den of Thieves 2. Yeah, phenomenal movie. I love the way they put the Pink Panthers in here. I love the way they just paid homage.
I feel like definitely the scene of the vault, like all the money and shit on the floor, like everybody walking in and like shitting their pants.
Yeah,
that was like enough homage, like right there.
Yeah,
that's like a sign of respect.
Here's what irked me about the vault scene.
What?
Knowing what I know, my past. Number one, had they maybe like reached out to Punch Stanimirovic.
Okay.
He was a Pink Panther. His dad was the head. Had they reached out to him and asked him, well, how would this go about? They didn't. And I guarantee that they didn't even interview one real Pink Panther just to ask and say, hey, is this real? So they get into the vault, and yes, they're cracking open the boxes. They're putting in a pry bar, and they're just going, I know for a fact, not only from reading the book, but knowing Pink Panthers, whatever, they would wear the bag around their head, and then they would just open it, take the box, and go like this and pour it in the bag. So you would have those 10 boxes. This guy would be here.
I think that's a different situation, though, considering that they needed to climb up the fucking elevator shaft and they had all this other shit that they needed to tie the fucking...
No, you're not understanding me.
No, I know what you're saying. You're saying from, like, previous experience that they've done that exact thing where they're fucking, you know what I mean, they're bagging. And, like, I'm just saying that, like, they didn't really need to do that because they're looking for something else and everything else is happening at the same time.
Understandable. They're looking for something else, but they're gonna rob. He was the head leader. He was the one that you fenced everything through, and they made... So there was diamonds, there was jewelry, there was expensive watches, blinged out things, cash, there was gold bars, there was platinum bar. Everything that was on that table, that's like 300 million, maybe 800 million. So I've never seen where they throw shit on the floor and then go through it. Now, I know he was looking for that diamond.
Right.
But that's the only part of the movie that I really had an issue with, that part. Yes, everything else they did was very acrobatic, putting that pole, climbing the pole from building to building. That's definitely something the Pink Panthers would do. The way they meticulously got in, circumvented the fucking, the thermal, and, the camera thing. That is something that they do. They do that. They each get a guy in the group that does something. You know what I'm saying? They're physically fit. They're either ex-boxers, karate, acrobatics, fucking guys from a circus. They don't give a shit. You got a skill, they could use it, they're going to put you in. My problem with it was that scene. And, I don't have somebody that I could ask, is it true or not? You know what I'm saying? I mean... It is what it is. I mean, I do have somebody, but, whatever it is. So,
right. Either way, it was still good.
Either way, I know in my expertise, Not saying that I'm a fucking jewel thief. I've done a heist or two. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I was taught that way by the people.
Right.
That's what they taught me. So even if it's a duffel bag, you put the one over here because you need speed. You need to be boom, boom, boom. You can't do that. So now I know he was looking for the box. He was looking for the diamond. But he could have just went and then just looked a little bit and then did it again and this and that. They focus too much on that one that pink diamond, and then everything's on the floor. So you just wasted time dumping everything on the floor. Now you're putting shit on top of shit on top of shit. How he found it, your guess is as good as mine. Because all he had to do was ruffle through that box and say, it's here. But he didn't do that. He dumped the box on the floor. So that kind of just like irked the shit out of me. And I'm pretty sure if a Pink Panther watches this, he'll be like, yes, that is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen. It's something I'd never do. You know, like...
Probably. I think the whole point of like all the fucking money being there and shit was just for that one shot that they had where they walked in and like all that fucking shit was there. You know what I mean? Like how they left them.
Well,
you know, so like...
I said, I know... from pictures when they did heists in Manhattan.
and this is a movie though, so it's like they're not doing 100%.
Yeah,
you know,
I understand,
that's the whole
but
idea.
when they open the vault, Marco,
yeah,
they're gonna see these boxes ripped open and boxes on the floor. That's enough to tell you, holy fuck, we've been cleaned out. But now you see there's shit on the floor. I mean, yeah, it gives it more of a visual,
right.
but look, I don't know.
Look, I don't know.
Look, for me,
what happens when you watch the movie twice? You know what I mean?
I didn't like it. Marco, I didn't like it the first time. I did not like it the first time. The first time I saw it, that irked me. The first thing I said is, yo, why isn't the bag around his neck? They've got bags laying there. Not to mention that one guy's cracking open the boxes, the other guy's emptying out the boxes. One guy should be fucking continually filling the bags if you're going to do it that way. If everybody's going to crack their own, or it's going to be one guy cracks, goes to the next one, cracks, like two crack and whatever. It's just... that by far they should have did their homework a little bit more, and they should have. But like I said, you know, big up to 50 Cent and O'Shea Jr. bringing this big fucking thing to life. Now they left the room for, I think, part 3.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
What do I think there's gonna be part 3? I mean, what are they gonna do next? You know,
I don't know. He did say, because he was. You know, they mentioned the tigers, too,
right.
When those guys came to retaliate and they got killed or whatever. They were tigers. So I know that fucking Gerard Butler said, you know, a tiger never changes his stripes and blah, blah, blah. And then he made a reference like, well, you know, hey, this tiger changed his stripes, see you, whatever. I'm thinking like now that they're even, him fucking him over, getting him arrested, its payback is done. So I'm thinking... they're going to have a third one where they go back on another heist, you know?
Right. Well, what's this cop going to do? Is he going to, you know, become a criminal now?
That's what I think.
Like, I don't know. Like, I think the whole point of him looking at the money and, like, looking away was, like, him having an epiphany. Like, shit, like, really? Like, I sat here, like, how many fucking years, like, being this fucking cop, and it's like, okay, all I can afford is this leather jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think the adrenaline from that heist, because that's an adrenaline, you know... It is what it is. People get addicted to that shit. Yeah. You know? And like you've seen the scene where they made it out.
Yeah.
And the guy, he just started to hug everybody, kissed the girl, and he was just like, we made it. You know? Yeah. You know, I wouldn't have said we made it all sweaty and still dressed in black. We made it. Once
it's just like you get to a point where like you know something is about to be done, you know what I mean? Like you kind of
I understand the thrill. Like I said, I've stolen cars. I felt that rush getting away from the scene of the crime, getting from point A to point B. I did not totally get fucking off and bust a nut until that money was in my hand. When that money was in my hand and that vehicle was out of my fucking sight, meaning it's done, the guy he goes, here you go, Pedge. And I just would look at that money. That's when I'd be like, geesh, geesh.
The fuck?
Call me Phillips. 100 guys come in my fucking ass. Geesh. You know? So.
What the fuck was that?
Phenomenal movie. Den of Thieves. Go check it out. Yeah. Good fucking movie.
At least it didn't end like all cartoony like fucking Reacher did. Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that was
It was just like, everything's good. You know what I mean? Like, no problems now. I'm going to walk fucking all weird with my shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak like phony Russian and then gonna call it quits. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
It just left a bad taste in my mouth because I think it could have, I don't know. It was a little bit long drawn on that fucking last couple of fucking shows, but okay, they had to build up this character arc of this gun smuggler and whatever. He had a rug business and bum. Anthony Michael Hall was in it, and if anybody doesn't know who Anthony Michael Hall is, he was the guy from the 80s and all those teeny bopper movies, the skinny, dorky, freckled, brace-wearing, virgin. That was... Fucking,
okay.
I think he was in Pretty in Pink. I mean, like he was in fucking The Breakfast Club.
Jeez.
He was the guy that was like, that little nerdy blonde-haired kid with the braces and whatever, and that kind of kid. So that was him, and he's come a long fucking way. I don't know if he did a little steroids along the way, but he put on some poundage. His face totally changed.
And he wasn't in pumping iron.
So he wasn't in pumping iron. I'm here to pump you up,
Yeah.
But so, Hans and Franz.
Let's get swole.
Let's get swole. Hans and Franz. I'm Hans, and this is Franz. We're here to pump you up.
Hello, let us begin by introducing ourselves. I'm Hans. I'm Franz. And we want to pump you up.
They had one where Arnold Schwarzenegger came on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what came out, right? Minecraft movie? Yeah. So, I'm not going to hate on it fully because I don't know why people are actually, liking it. You know what I mean? Like, people... I don't know what's going on lately, but, there's, a lot of shit being shot from the asses of these companies that are doing all this stupid shit. And people are eating it up. I'm not understanding it. Like, the new Assassin's Creed, dog shit. I'm sorry, but it's absolute shit. And people actually like it. So, I don't fucking know. I'm not understanding it. Like, it's pretty shitty. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually shitty.
It's got some non-binary guy running around shooting
It's got pieces of corn in it. Yeah, it's got a big fucking 7-foot black samurai, and he's running around fucking... You know what I mean? Ancient Japan. And nobody's questioning it.
It's like a porno movie. The BBC, the big black cock jump scare just comes up.
Okinawa. The BBC of Okinawa. Like, bro, what the fuck?
It's
you know
Godzilla.
I mean? Yeah, it's Godzilla. Due to copyright laws, it's not. It's still Godzilla. Dude, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how anybody could like that. I don't know why you can't silence your phone, but it's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just people are overlooking certain shit. You know what I mean? Just to fucking drop $70 for what?
I don't know because I could sit here and talk tons on fucking shit like Snow White came out and
that one bombed understandably.
Yeah, and it's not Snow White, it's Snow Brown.
Yeah, dude.
And the fucking dwarfs are all fucking CGI'd in.
Yeah.
Now all the fucking
you just took 12 fucking midget actor jobs right there. Dude, really?
Dude, I mean, they called little people, but the midget union got involved.
Yeah, dude. The Oompa Loompa factory said no.
Oompa midget fucking
This is so fucking offensive.
We're gonna strike. Shut up. It's like you got to be careful with midgets. They run around and fucking punch you in the balls. They're so short. I'm like, hey, you tall piece of shit.
They'll take out your fucking ankles, bro.
Not to mention, they're little horny fucking dogs. They'd be just like, hey there, can I climb up and suck your tits? It's like fucking crazy, bro.
Shit. They're the type of people that fucking dress up as a baby. And
the Oompa Loompa Union came out and said, they did their little song, those three Oompa Loompas that come out and go, we are from the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild.
I think who started the whole hoopla was Dinklage. Dinklage started the whole shit by saying there's so many dwarfs that can act and do whatever, and that's what they they want to be actors, and rightfully so. You could be an actor.
Yeah. You don't need to drop $12,000 on CGI. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
really
I'm not.
I don't need a ridiculously comically large fucking nose like this microphone on the face of a little dwarf. That's not believable. You know what I mean? Just get a random ass dude. That's fine.
I mean, sometimes you could dress somebody up and make him stand on his knees and put shoes in front of him, make him look like a dwarf.
But it's
he's not a dwarf.
It's 2025. It's like you could just get a dwarf.
You can't act like a dwarf.
Yeah.
You know, because your body is built a certain.
I mean, you could just be short-tempered. So I mean, I don't know.
Short-tempered. You're not only short, but you're short-tempered. That's probably why they were always angry.
Yeah.
Fucking short little tempers, right?
Yeah.
I can't tolerate you.
It's that Napoleon
Bite you in
syndrome.
the kneecap.
It's the Napoleon syndrome.
Yeah, right.
You know how it is. Yeah.
I don't know. This is silly. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
Should pay them to go fight in the kindergarten or some shit.
Oh my
you know
God.
What I mean, they just sneak in and like fucking just go crazy on the playground. That shit would be funny.
You remember in Jackass when fucking I forgot the guy's little name. Fucking Wee Man.
Did you say the guy's little name? Like the shit's shorter than the normal name? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, Wee Man.
Yeah, but like, dude, the guy's little name. The little guy's little name. Like what the fuck?
So okay, whatever.
That's so
Wee Man is sitting at the bar talking to another big-headed midget, and I don't know, like it just, dude, it is what it is. Fuck it, man. Midgets, man. And what do you call them when they can't sit still? Fidgets. So, I don't care. So. Yeah, so they're sitting at the bar, and then another midget comes in. He goes, "What are you doing with my girl?" She's like, "Go away, I'm not your girl." And he goes, "Yo, fuck off," and this and that. And they start fighting. And then
like
all of a sudden...
It's like two kids
and all of a sudden, the midget cops run in. "Hey, break this up!" And then everybody at the bar is like looking over, and they're hitting these guys, this and that. And then a midget ambulance comes in. You know, and they come in
like
with
a
the
small
little stretcher.
like,
yeah. Oh my God, the stretcher was like the size of my phone. It's like,
oh my God, I would pay to fucking see that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I would pay to see that in front of me. Like, you know what I mean?
That just popped in my head. The Lollipop Guild goes out drinking.
Yeah.
You know, there are some crazy stories about fucking the Wizard of Oz, like that there was orgies on scene, that they were groping all the fucking women on the fucking. They were alcoholics. They were like little horn bags. They were just, you know.
Right.
Like, you know, hey, you know what? I may be little, but my dick ain't.
Oh, my height went somewhere else.
Yeah. Whoa.
Ow.
I got enough balls here to.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this shit.
Oh, man.
But
back to the
back
to the topic, which bringing that, like, why couldn't they, for like the little zombies or whatever the fuck, get midget actors?
I don't know.
I don't know
either.
It would have been way more funny just to see fucking like less CGI.
Well, you know what it is?
The whole movie is just fucking. At that point, you could have just made a cartoon. That would have worked. But
yeah, I mean, look, everybody's complaining that they're not getting,
not getting what?
They're not getting like you know, people to cast, like, you know, when you know, like,
what do you mean?
It's got to be like Italian people got to be Italian. You can't get a Spanish guy to act like an Italian. You know, I'm like, yo, listen, if you fit the part, look the part, can act the part, do it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but when you go try to change a movie, like Minecraft is a video game, and now to make Minecraft into a movie, number one, you pick the worst fucking actor, Jack Black. I hate Jack Black, number one, because his comedy was 30 years ago relevant, was funny, but you could only stomach so much of his, yeah, and you know what I'm saying, and yeah, and you, yeah, you know, like, dude.
That's pretty much what he did the whole movie, from what I've seen.
But I'm telling you, like,
they just paid him like just to go say shit. They didn't even give him a script. It was just like, okay, like, list off the fucking items in Minecraft. That's it. That's all your role is.
Look,
flint and steel, water bucket, release, slime block.
Yeah,
like, that's all he fucking says. Exactly as I said. Chicken jockey. Like, that's all he fucking says.
Listen,
dude,
I already know this movie's gonna.
Fuck?
I know the movie's gonna fucking bomb.
Yeah.
End of story. He's, you know what it is? His Kung Fu Panda type character. Little kids liked it. I got into arguments with people because I did a whole shit on I Hate Jack Black, and you know, I got shot on a little bit. They were like, he's the funniest comedian ever. Then you don't know fucking comedy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't fucking know comedy.
Don't get me wrong. There's some stuff that you're not expecting, but like that genre of comedy kind of closed already. You know what I mean? So it's like we're already used to fucking hearing all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I still love them in fucking Brutal Legend. That shit was fun.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It was.
As a voice actor, that was fun.
Right.
The first Kung Fu Panda, cool. You know what I mean? But then it's like fucking enough.
Oversaturation
You know
kills.
So it's like you can't watch him now, like fucking when he fucking did that stupid karate and kung fu on that guy that was following him and recording him on the beach. You can't now look at it and be like, okay, oh my god, I never seen anything like this before. This is so funny. No, dude, I'm already used to it. I've already seen Jack Black do stupider shit. So,
Yeah.
enough,
I mean, after he did School of Rock,
yeah,
that for me was, he's done. Like, I just was like, okay, so now this is what he's been fighting for, to bring the metal with the comedy and the whatever. It was good, but then every other movie thereafter was School of Rock, edited, done differently. It's like, you know, it's just like stupid. You
it's
know,
like me writing Bill and Ted or whatever the fuck. You know?
Look, I don't know. I don't like fucking. You know, I just don't.
No
like
disrespect.
Jack
No
Black.
disrespect to Bill and Ted. Fucking
Yeah,
that
I
shit's
just don't
funny.
like
as fuck.
Jack Black, and that's that. He can go suck a big black dick. I don't give a fuck. Big back, ba 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 ba. Taking him out. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna change the topic, and I think we're gonna end it after this because, did you know?
Because did I know?
No. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's a good
I'll
reasoning.
edit
That's
that
very
out.
good reasoning. Yeah.
Look.
I don't know.
So did you hear
What did I hear about?
that? I can't think of his name now. Escapes me.
Take your time.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, well, what about him now?
Mark Wahlberg. He is venturing into another business.
To what? What could he possibly decide now is to fucking, besides the prayer app, unless it's the prayer app that you're talking about? Like, no, okay.
No,
so
I
Can I
went.
take a guess? Is it like getting raw dog by dinosaurs or some shit? Like on no?
No,
it's not.
He's gonna join the
What's he gonna do?
fitness empires.
What?
He's gonna open up a gym that's gonna revolutionize gyms and training and everything. Now here's his pitch, and I seen the pitch, sitting on the crapper, and a big turd came out of my ass. The minute he pitched it, I was like, you know. Here's the pitch.
What was the pitch?
So, tired of going to the gym and seeing fucking soccer moms and overweight people and this and that. How about
That's
a gym that has motivation? And the gym that has motivation is where you could look 3 stations down and see somebody from the Oakland Raiders training with you. And then you could see a regular soccer mom. And then you could see whatever, fucking Djokovic. You know, like, he's saying...
What?
This is what
Dude.
he's saying. He goes, I'm going to make this fitness empire a different spin. I'm going to have... So, in my mind, I'm picturing this gym where there's a lot of people that are sitting in the corner overwhelmed by all these famous people that they're so chiseled and perfect. And, you know, they're like trying to say hi. Now, people are getting annoyed.
He basically just dissed the shit out of like Planet Fitness or whatever the fuck.
hold
So
up,
it's like
hold up.
in that whole commercial.
So now, let me put this picture.
ahead.
This is what's going on in my head. I see like some fat soccer moms in the corner be like, I tried to say hi and he wouldn't say hi to me, you know. And
Doing like weird ass Pilates
then,
or some shit.
and then you got all these like famous people on different stations, and in the background on loop is, come on, feel it, ooh, come on, yeah. It's just a great sensation. It's like on loop.
On loop.
On loop.
The
and
only
then
song.
in the middle of the song, when it stops, you hear "Pray with Me." It's you know, and it's just
5-minute prayer break.
Doo-doo, calm the dime. Gotta go down now. Pray with me. It's like, you know, it's like, and then right in the middle. All right, let's stop. Let's take a knee and Our Father, that art in heaven.
The fuck.
I got to do his imitation. Heavenly Father. My penis just got stuck between my cracks.
What the fuck?
Can you remove that head?
Now can we do 10 Bible lifts, everybody?
Yeah,
One,
like,
two,
look, dude,
no,
listen.
no,
In my
dude, stop.
head, my train of thought, I'm thinking this, and then I say, "Whoa, pump the brakes," and then I say,
Thank you for the visual.
"Well, if I want to work out with famous people, I'm in Florida,
Right.
Tampa, Clearwater, this whole area. Shit, we seen The Undertaker." Tony Little from fucking QVC and
Yeah.
a Home Shopping
Fucking
Network
crazy.
and all, works out with us when he sees a hey Pedge, hey Marco, like fucking down to earth, you know. I saw fucking downtown going to the lawyer in the fucking lobby, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Mad fucking respectful and cool. Like a regular dude, man.
Yeah.
When I used to come down on vacation, I'd go to St. Pete. I used to work out at Gold's Gym. At one time, Gold's Gym, not Whalberg's gym, but Gold's gym was the to-do place that all famous people went to. If you went to Gold's gym in Venice, California, you would on any given moment run into football player, a basketball player,
Right.
Baseball players, a lot of bodybuilders, because it's Venice Beach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, to this day, you'll see Arnold Schwarzenegger come in, have his fucking 45-minute workout, talk to people, pop, 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 and go like a normal Joe. So I don't know what Mark Wahlberg is planning on revolutionizing the fitness industry, but in my head, like, if Jack Black's gonna come to the gym with his big ass gut while he's working out, going, yeah, woo, ah, yeah. Like, I don't know,
Right.
but I'm gonna be honest. That really just, okay, he's pushing his brand, and I understand that, but I'm in my head just rolling, and I'm saying to myself, rolling it, you know, he's going to have like a little booth in the front of the gym that you could place an order.
For what?
For fucking Wahlburgers. So
Oh
like
my
after
God.
you finish
Yeah, of
your
course.
workout, you get this like extra lean protein stacked fucking whatever. And then do me a favor, as you're there, just go to the kiosk and say a little prayer to God and say thank you that gave you the strength to work out and this and that.
Probably
Like,
got to put your hand on the Bible when you sign off or some shit.
like for real, like,
Yeah.
what if I come to the gym one day and Mark Wahlberg comes in? What's he going to say to me? Hey, you ready to do that set? Can I spot you? Yeah. Ask Jesus for help. Let me pray. Hold on. Please let Pedge be able to lift this, 350 pounds.
Jesus will spot you. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
Dude, what the big sign on the mirror, when nobody's got your back,
Oh my
Jesus
God.
will
I feel
spot
like he's
you.
going to have Bible verses on the wall or some shit, dude.
They should They should pay somebody to walk around dressed as Jesus in sandals, going, "Need a spot, my son?" Right?
No, I feel like he's
Hey,
gonna have.
let me
yeah.
spot you. He grabs the barbells, puts them with the holes through his hands, and he picks. Yo,
No, realistically though, I
forgive me.
think like he's Catholic, right?
yes, very
For like
good.
Ash Wednesday and shit, I think like what
It was
whatever.
like he got hit with a timber in his head.
Right. Well, like, right. I think like for those days, he's gonna have like 50 workers dressed up as Jesus, just going in the gym lifting, fucking like, so he can do a little photo op.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
Yo, that would be.
The Holy Son goes here. Fucking join the gym. You know what I mean, or some shit.
You know,
I don't know.
like
That would be pretty good.
not for nothing, but somebody out there, and I, if I had the fucking, if there was a Wahlburger here somewhere close by, I would dress up as Jesus and walk in and be like, I need to speak to the manager or the owner. What? He's really bothersome. He's always asking me for help. Please help me. Please pray with me. You know, I have a life. I'm busy spreading the word. And let me get a burger and spread the mayo on it. You know?
And tell him to stop doing those fucking commercials.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Fuck.
you gotta laugh at shit.
Yeah.
You know, whether or not, I mean, like, you can't be so straight-laced that you can't make jokes and stuff like that.
Straight laced.
Meaning straight-laced, like, you can't be
Oh, yeah,
so,
no.
like,
Okay.
prim and proper.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, do not use the Lord's name in vain, you know. Look, I'm making a joke. May God forgive me. I'm not looking to offend, but funny's funny. You know, I'm not saying shit like, sacrilegious shit like,
What do you mean?
like, I don't know, like, I'm not saying, hey, let, Mia Khalifa jump on a cross and try to fuck the statue or something, like, what I'm trying to say? Like,
fuck,
I'm not
bro, yeah.
saying that.
No.
And talking about Mia Khalifa,
What about?
remember that thing I told you I seen where it was a meme where they go, hey, what's your name? She goes, my name is Mia Khalifa. And what do you do?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a jewelry designer. And it just goes, boom. And the guy, it's a black guy, and he's looking side-eyed, and you just hear, bruh.
Yeah, just
right?
just put the clip up or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck,
I gotta put the
Nah.
clip up. Yo, it is hysterical, and it just keeps going to different faces, bruh. And then you see a dog side-eyed.
Yeah.
Like, yo, dude, that's more than hysterical and shit, but...
Yeah.
All right, so I think we got a decent show. Crack it like fucking. Let's try to finish it down to like 40, 45 minutes. So I think that's good. Unless you got something else you want to throw in real quick.
No, we didn't at all fucking go what I thought we were normally gonna go about. Unless you want to talk shit about JoJo Siwa, right?
Is that the bitch that
That's the I don't
she's
I don't know how to describe
stealing
her.
Gene Simmons' idea?
Yeah. Which
So
she
for
wants
all
to
you,
charge.
if
Yeah.
you all don't remember,
The last
Marco
show.
brought up
Gene
yeah.
Simmons charging to be your roadie or whatever. Or
Yeah.
like you got to be his roadie.
Yeah, you
which
pay me
is-
X amount of dollars. You fly yourself out. You don't get paid. But,
reminds me
you
of the stupid mob tactics of like paying to get a job. It's like, dude, I'm like, the whole point is that I get money there. It's like I don't get how that works. It's like you get.
Oh,
what do
well,
you, how does that get charged?
You pay like well, depending on the job. But let's
Depending,
just say
exactly, but
let's
like
just
what-
say you want a position in the union.
Right.
So what you do is the guy's going to tell you 20 G's. So you got to
Just
work
for
as
all
a-
the benefit. I might as well just get insurance myself and then just, you know what I mean?
You pay the 20 G's, so you do like, okay, look, I'll give you 10 now, and after the 6-month wait probation period, I give you another 10 or whatever.
Okay.
Most will be fair, and you get that, or you give them from the check every week on a juice thing, and then after you get in, you're guaranteed that job. A lot of times you do, if you're a jerk and you get fired, you ain't gonna, you gotta play the fucking part. You gotta fucking be
Right.
every day,
Well,
kiss
yeah.
ass. And that used to be exactly like that with the cleaning business. You know,
Right.
the Albanians had that shit on lockdown, and they were charging anywhere from 5 back 25 years ago.
Well, yeah, well, that's not happening with Gene Simmons. So it's literally
No.
just you're paying and then like for, I don't know, the next tour, it's
Well,
like you just doing all this shit.
didn't Scott in the gym tell us that Gene Simmons had to cancel that?
Yeah. I wonder
Because-
why, because who the fuck's gonna, you know
Four
what I mean?
people
Like,
came up and says, "I'll pay the 40 grand."
I feel like he just did this like in an argument or some shit,
So
like
what
with
did
his roadie or some
What
shit.
did this fucking what's her name again?
Jojo Siwa.
Jojo Siwa.
Which I don't even think she's relevant at this point, so it's like I don't know what
So what?
trying to
She's
do.
making people pay to be her.
Yeah,
her assistant?
except it's not a ridiculous amount of money. It's only like $900. Yeah. She's that not popular. That's like $900. It's like, okay.
All right. So look, if you want to come on the show, you pay me $1,000.
Yeah.
And you can come on my show, talk all you want. Didn't say I was going to put up the show, but I'm going to record it and make like little tidbits and funny shit, and you know.
I berate all my roadies, so I will be cursing at you a minimum of, you know what I mean, every single sentence.
Yep.
So
yep.
yeah, that's really fucking stupid. I don't want this to be a trend now where it's like
Right.
everybody's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's next? Actors. It's like, hey, you know, be my makeup artist, pay me like fucking $5,000 or some shit,
100%,
dude.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like that would be so fucking stupid to go on set for like I know Chris Pratt probably wouldn't do it, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like going to Chris Pratt and like he's talking shit or whatever, making jokes.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. A lot of people are, like I said, oversaturated. It's
Yeah,
just,
I don't know.
It is what it is, and it's done. And
$900
You got to
oversaturated.
learn. You have your 5 minutes. Take advantage of it gracefully. Just fucking, bow out. But a lot of people don't know how to bow out. Hit the like,
Comment down below.
subscribe,
Hit that notification bell so you don't miss us.
share our videos, please.
Do not tag motherfuckers in the comments, please.
And we'll see you on the next time on the Mood Lounge Show. Peace.
Fuck Wahlburgers. All right.